early and often.
And on the other side for Alabama, you know the names. Riley Parker, one of the best in the SEC. Felicia Knox has had a phenomenal year. We've seen Ashlyn Sarepka, Riley Tanner, and Kat Rogers have phenomenal NCAA tournaments as well. Haley, this is going to be an epic night in Tuscaloosa, and now we are off and running in the first quarterfinal match of the NCAA tournament this year.
Yeah, the fans that have come out tonight to make it a sold-out crowd, they are going to be in for a treat. These two teams play in a very attractive style of soccer. It should be an excellent game.
Yeah, and Haley, how important are these first 10 minutes? Both coaches talked about the desire to be aggressive as you get a great look at a sold-out Alabama soccer complex here in Tuscaloosa, but both teams want to attack early here tonight.
You're going to see both teams want to set the tempo early. You've got ACC versus SEC. Both teams can possess, go forward. There's a lot of similarities in terms of personnel, so it's going to be very important to establish the game that they want to play tonight.
Collision there, whistle and a foul on Alabama. That'll be Riley Tanner.
Yeah, getting tangled up there with Sophie Jones, an important player there for Duke. Center midfielder, takes a hard tackle there with Riley Tanner. Again, trying to set that tempo early, but Sophie Jones is going to be so important for Duke. She really dictates play through the middle. She really decides, do they go forward or do they circle that ball around, switch the point of attack?
Sophie Jones making her 75th consecutive start at Duke. An early look possibly for Alabama. And they'll say it's a corner for the Crimson Tide.
And that's huge for Alabama, and it's Riley Tanner, number 12, doing what she does best, going 1v1 in the corner, coming from the flank, getting that service across, often getting the ball into the box, but if not, getting a corner kick and setting Alabama up for a set piece.
Alabama has thrived in these moments all year. It will be Felicia Knox sending it in. Punched away by Jones. And a good job by Duke on the defensive side that time. Maybe another chance. And that one's cleared. Clem right to Jones, and Alabama cannot cash in on an early opening.
No, and it looked like there was a couple of miscues there. It was a ball back in by Brooke Steer across the face of the net, and then it looked like a poor clearance there from Duke. Finally able to clear it, but Macy Clem was there to pop that ball back into the 18-yard box. Jones standing her turf, but it wasn't a very challenging ball. Alabama's going to have to do much better in the box to beat her.
Delaney Graham throws it in, graduate student from Atlanta, Georgia. Good job defensively off of Parker.
Yeah, the Royson sisters there anchoring that center back position. They are going to be busy tonight with the offense that Alabama has.
Let's see what Duke draws up here. Up ahead, this is Kat Rader, one of the best freshmen in the country, and it's taken away by the Tide.
You'll see here, Gray, a lot of similarities between Duke and Alabama. Very stingy back lines, like to get forward with the attack. And you can see here, Duke getting forward, Jessica Skorka stepping in front, sort of a miscue there, and not able to keep it, but a great tackle by Brooke Steer, who's been coming up huge all season long for the Tide. And then we've got a little pull on the jersey there by number 18, Michelle Cooper, giving Felicia Knox a bit of a tough time getting out of the box. Referee was right there. Didn't see the advantage anymore, so we get the call. But you see double down by Alabama. Felicia Knox coming away with that ball. Cooper giving her a little tug. We should see a lot of this. It's going to be a very exciting, very physical game.
That will most definitely not be the final time we say Michelle Cooper's name either tonight.
I don't think so, Gray.
Here's Skorka. Knocked away. Felicia Knox, the SEC Midfielder of the Year. Now here comes Duke. well past Cooper, and Crone sends it right back to Steer to restart things.
But that is the ball that Duke will be looking to play all night long. Michelle Cooper loves to sit on that back line. She wants that ball over her shoulder. She wants to run onto it in space, beat that back line with just a threading of the needle.
Michelle Cooper, Riley Parker, two of the best in terms of scoring goals in the entire country, tied for 5th with 17 apiece this season. We expect to see their talents on full display tonight. Here's Sarepka. Here's Parker. Looking for some room now. Rogers rifles it to Jones, but she gets the stop.
And you know, Riley Parker, they were all over her back. That was great defending by Duke, but it almost looked like she got tripped up. They're going to have to be careful. A great ball in from Sarepka. And you see here a trip from the back. Number 25 just got away with it. That's Jenna Royson, one of the center backs. And Rogers does well to clean that ball up, hitting that ball through traffic.
Crone boots it away. And another big collision right there. You're right, Haley. We are already seeing physicality in the first 7 minutes, and there's a yellow card.
Yeah, and you know, you typically don't want to see yellow cards that early, but you could see a bit of a difficult angle. The referee was right there, though. I don't think it was malicious, but Sophie Jones gets her hands on her, pushes her. I think it was the play on top of the body. But the referee, that's tricky giving a card this early in the game because there's so much soccer to play, and no doubt there's going to be high emotions all game long. Now Sophie Jones has to have that in her mind.
Ball in, knocked away. That's the second yellow card of the season for Sophie Jones.
You know, if you watch Sophie Jones play, she's such an intelligent player. She's always working off the ball, but she's not that type of big physical presence. She's not going to let her emotions get the best of her. So for her to get a card early, you wonder if that's going to be in her mind and affect her play the rest of the game. I suspect not, but certainly we should see a lot more physical play throughout this match.
Yeah, we talked about her experience, also quite accomplished. Multi-time All-ACC selection, was third-team All-American in that 2021 season. Here's Clem. And now Cooper takes it away. Maybe a chance here for Duke in the early going. Rader. Still loose and knocked away by Rogers. The head coach for the Duke Blue Devils is Robbie Church, 22nd season as the head man, living the dream. This was his dream job, has seen a ton of success with the Duke Blue Devils over the years. 11th quarterfinal trip for Duke under Coach Church. Here's Rogers, and that's knocked away.
Yeah, that was good defending there by number 15, Emily Royson, one of the sisters on the team, but also one of the center backs, has been playing fantastic soccer, especially stepping up in this NCAA tournament.
Alabama trying to attack. Here's Skorka. Ball in, a chance. That goes just wide.
You can see this ball coming in. Jessica Skorka has been so important for Alabama's offense. She does a great job of getting into space. You know, Felicia Knox just wasn't squared up to the net. The ball went right back to where her body was pointing. But, you know, if you're watching this game so far, Alabama is doing a very good job of keeping that ball in the end, applying a lot of pressure. I would say that Alabama so far has been the more dangerous squad.
And that certainly will please the Alabama coach, Wes Hart, the SEC Coach of the Year. 8th season with the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa. And he is really feeling the validation this season. It took a lot for this program to get to this point on the cusp of the College Cup. But he said the faith was kept by this program, Haley, and they're now seeing the fruits of their labor this year.
Oh, yes, this was not something that happened overnight. This was a very systematic building process that is really peaking this year. But they've been playing some fantastic soccer for several seasons now. But it's great for Coach Hart and his program to really be enjoying this.
Little confusion here. Our head referee is Alyssa Nichols. Knox. Now Clem up ahead. Here's Tanner. And Jones is there.
Jones is there, does a great job. Easy ball for her. She's got great height, meets it. Nobody in the box to threaten. But what I did like about that play was the buildup and that big switch on. Duke likes to press the ball. They like to condense the field. And so if Alabama can find that switch and get on the weak side quickly, it will be on all game long.
Boy, Alabama has just controlled possession here early as Jones again gets the stop on Sarepka.
Sarepka's got maybe 6 or 7 game-winning goals. Can she get one again tonight? She's certainly hunting. She is a player that Coach Hart said has really stepped up her play during these NCAA matchups. And not to say that she was slow or off the mark for any bit, but she has just brought her game to another level.
And that's a foul on the Crimson Tide. Yeah, already in the early going, 5 shots for Alabama, 3 shots on goal, and the fouls are racking up, Haley.
Yeah, and you can see Katie Groff, number 21, getting tangled up with Alabama's Parker. Groff, such an important center midfield. She does a lot of the big physical challenges, really gets stuck in for Duke, has been a very important piece to allow Sophie Jones to be free off that ball and really create. Not to mention Katie Groff got the late goal that put them Duke up 1-0 over Texas late in that match. So very valuable on both sides of the ball.
Olivia Migley tries to find Cooper, but Alabama's there on defense. That one taken away by Alabama. Now here's Parker. Oh, good play. A chance for Mackenzie Pluck, but Alabama was there defensively. And now we'll see what Duke can do. Stopped by Crone. Ball is loose. And Rogers safely kicks it away.
And I think that was the ACC Freshman of the Year, Raider, just coming in with a missile. But Alabama's got to be careful in the middle of the pitch. They're giving up some weak balls there. Alabama's defense tries to recover, but that ball is hit perfectly. And Raider doing what she does, not looking like that freshman, takes a great run, great look at net, and makes Crone save that ball. Again, she gets around Brooke Steer, takes one look up and hits that ball with some pace. Crone does a great job, but again, a big rebound in the box. Duke unable to get on the end of that second ball.
But Kat Raider is so dangerous, Haley. Again, as you mentioned, the ACC Freshman of the Year, one of the top 5 recruits in the country coming into this season.
Yeah, she's been an absolute threat for Duke. And this is what Duke is, I would say, not known for this season, but they've really been able to take advantage of the counterattack. So Alabama really has to tighten up in that middle of the field, because on a dime, you've got Kat Rader, you've got Michelle Cooper, and you've got Mackenzie Pluck, who can turn and go forward to net, and they can be absolutely damaging to any team. So Alabama's got to be really careful, because they have great attacking personalities up front.
There's another foul. That time on Rader, pushing down Reina Reyes.
I think that'll be a matchup and a battle we'll be watching all night long between those two.
Here's Riley Tanner, the South Carolina transfer, to Clem now. Parker. Tanner dancing. Some room for Parker. Looking for Rogers, loose ball. Big collision. And chaos all over the pitch, Haley.
Yeah, it was. And, the referee just sort of caught herself there with the ball, but it was a big lofted ball. I think that was from Reina Reyes, and you can see Kat Rogers get up for it. And then a big collision there between Royson and Sarepka. And then Macy Clem looking to get that ball out wide, but the referee impeded play. So a lot happening outside that 18-yard box.
Again, though, pressure from Alabama. Here's Knox. Skorka. Looking for Parker, knocked away.
That was a great ball in from Jessica Skorka, going across the grain, across the face of the net, and somehow found Parker standing all by herself.
Well, Wes Hart has talked so much this season about the home crowd, has specifically mentioned multiple times it's starting with that Clemson match way back early in the year in August. And tonight, a sold-out Alabama soccer complex. Folks couldn't get in. They're waiting outside the gates to watch.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So good thing Alabama's got some green space outside of the pitch. But the crowd support has been just phenomenal, and this team deserves it.
Ooh, Cooper goes down. And no foul called. Cooper a little slow to get up.
Yeah, I believe that was a double team there between Sasha Pickard and Brooke Steer for Alabama. And referee will stop the play. Michelle Cooper unable to get up. Taking a knock there just outside the 18-yard box.
This could be a gigantic story. Michelle Cooper, the ACC Offensive Player of the Year. And she gets up now, needing a moment to shake things off. If you're Duke, you have to have her stay in the game.
You need her. You want her to. And, I mean, look at those accolades. A sophomore, she had a great freshman campaign, and she's just continued that through the season. She is a huge piece of this Duke offense, but also defense. She just brings so much dedication, a great mentality, just a hard worker on both sides of the ball. And there you can see just takes a little bit of a knock. It almost looks on the outside of the ankle. Maybe it happened on the way down, but hopefully it's just a bit of a sting and she can get back in the game. Just doing work against Alabama's back line, and they are a tough back line to break down, but, if anybody can do it, Michelle Cooper can.
She's walking around now, very good to see. Here's Tanner for Alabama, and too far for Parker. Taken away by Alabama. Tanner knocked down. There's the whistle and a foul on Duke.
And it looks like the referee might be going to her book again, and we see another yellow card being shown, and I believe that is to number 22, Delaney Graham. And this has got to be the Riley Tanner effect. I mean, she's so fast and so aggressive, but she was able to just to get her body between the player and the ball time and time again. She makes you go through her. And that's exactly what Delaney did to try to win that ball. Referee thought it warranted a yellow card. I don't know if it did. I think you got to be careful. Cards so early in the first half, but I think the referee really wants to keep this game under control. There's a lot of high emotions. It's going to be very physical play. There's a lot on the line, as we know, Gray.
Yeah, Alyssa Nichols has whipped out the yellow card now twice. And a chance for Alabama. You see the foul numbers. That is very high for not even halfway through the first half. Knox sends it in. Skorka. And again, what's at stake? Duke trying to go to the College Cup for the 5th time in school history. Alabama's never been here before, and they were very close to grabbing a lead in their first quarterfinal matchup ever, but Ruthie Jones was there.
Ruthie Jones was there, and Riley Tanner just could not get the connection that she wanted on that ball. But again, a great ball in from Reina Reyes, right into traffic. And Riley Tanner able to create some separation from her defender. Just took a sort of a weird bounce there, but you're right, Gray. Ruthie Jones there to clean it up in the box.
Ruthie Jones, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, an athletic family. Sister Becca played field hockey at Davidson. One brother played basketball at Duke, and another brother, the starting quarterback of the New York Football Giants, Daniel Jones. And Ruthie Jones has gotten a lot of work here early.
You know, coming into this game, talking with Coach Church, he said it would really be, you know, a contrast of two different conferences. You know, the physicality, the speed, the powerfulness of the SEC versus the ACC. You know, Alabama can do both, and right now I think they're really demonstrating that, yes, they can play hard physical soccer, but they also can play possession and link together some really nice passing combinations. And at this moment in time, they are outplaying the Duke Blue Devils.
It's been a lot of this. Alabama spending a ton of time deep in Duke territory. Good job by the Blue Devils defensively. Delaney Graham swiping that away from Reyes and knocking it out off of Reyes. Devin Lynch checking in, the freshman from Naperville, Illinois. Out goes Mackenzie Pluck. That'll be too far for everybody but McKinley Crone.
But did you see how deep Michelle Cooper was, working so hard defensively, almost in her own 18-yard box? You know, that's what Alabama pushing up, getting their backs, getting their midfields, pressing forward. They're drawing the Duke defense or the Duke offense all the way back into their defensive third.
Duke right now just trying to have possession for a little bit, calm things down. Maybe here's a look. But Raider can't catch up.
Yeah, it looks like the Blue Devils, they've sort of moved into a two-front. I think pulling back Michelle Cooper, trying to give a little bit more support in that midfield, taking up more space, because Alabama is pushing forward and doing really well getting numbers forward. I think they're just overloading that back line. So I think a smart play by Coach Church, get more of those numbers back, create more passing options to maybe maintain a little bit more possession on their end.
Parker looking for Rogers, Cat Rogers, a little fake, and knocked away. That looked like a golden opportunity for the Crimson Tide, but Duke was there.
I wanted to see Cat Rogers hit it near side, almost like the goal that we saw during the FIFA World Cup with Japan, just taking that near post. She thought about it, but played that ball back across the face of goal. The Blue Devils were able to collapse in the box and take away the scoring opportunities, but it was a great switch to find Cat Rogers out there on her own.
This Duke back line has been so strong in the NCAA tournament. Just 1 goal allowed, just 5 shots on goal coming into tonight, although Alabama already has 4 here a little over midway through the first half. And you see the road right there. The 1 goal allowed very late against South Carolina. A tight win against Texas, a comfortable win over Radford. This is a Duke team, though, that has drifted around the top 10 and top 5 pretty much all season. Loaded with talent, Haley. No surprise that they have a chance to go back to the College Cup.
No, and if you think about the ACC competition, I mean, they've been grinding it out all season long against, these top teams. You can see Duke committing numbers forward. Looks like Katie Groff might take this one, but this is a good look for the Blue Devils getting into the 18-yard box of Alabama.
We'll see where Groff goes. Still loose, a chance, and Crone cleans it up.
Well done by Crone to come out and meet that ball, but Brooke Steer had it first. But lots of bodies in the box. Duke has great height, great size. Looks like the ball bounced off of Macy Clem, and then it was a rush to get that ball out, but Crone coming out, taking command of that 6-yard box. Duke really hasn't been able to get into that final attacking third for Alabama, at least not too often this half. Alabama's done a good job of winning that ball in the midfield, keeping them at bay.
And a quick whistle, foul on Duke. Just over 18 minutes left here in the first half. A spot in the College Cup on the line. Alabama and Duke battling in Tuscaloosa. Gray Robertson and Haley McDonald. Happy, excited, and honored to bring this one to you. Despite no score, it's been a pretty electric first half thus far.
And I would say in terms of offensive production, it's really been Alabama all the way. They've been much more dangerous. They've been able to get into Duke's final third several times. There's been a couple of close calls. But aside from that, it's been pretty evenly handed through the middle, but Alabama's done a much better job of being able to break free and put some looks on frame.
That defensive play by Tanner got a whoop from the Alabama bench. I'll tell you what, Haley, nerves do not seem to be an issue tonight. Both of these teams look very comfortable and confident right now in this match.
Well, you've got Duke, who has, so much experience, multiple appearances in the NCAAs. And then you've got Alabama that, the more they win, the more attention they get. They're sort of growing this monster, and they're just excited. It gets them more hyped than anything. Talking with Coach Hart, he said, it's just this attention, and then all of this, it really builds and feeds this sort of fire that Alabama has. So, hosting as a #1 seed, yeah, they're excited. No nerves here.
Here's Lynch. Knocked away by Reyes. And there you see the difference in NCAA tournament experience. 28th trip to the postseason for Duke. This is the 5th for Alabama. And as we highlighted earlier, Duke has played in now 11 quarterfinal matches under their head coach, Robbie Church. This is the 9th NCAA tournament game ever for Alabama. That just puts it in perspective.
Oh, yeah. Duke is a household name. Robbie Church has just had a tremendous program year in and year out. So, Alabama being able to go toe-to-toe with this team, to host this team, they've got to feel good. They've got to feel great. But it's a well-coached side, and they are no stranger to getting this deep in the tournament.
You also saw the drop-down, 3rd straight quarterfinal for Duke. They have lost the previous 2. Trying to get back to the Final Four. Here's Gianna Paul. The SEC Freshman of the Year is stopped by Ruthie Jones.
What an opportunity. But you know what? Gianna Paul does this game in and game out. She just goes hunting for that ball, and she was so fast. Ruthie Jones was very smart. She didn't commit until she forced Gianna Paul to pick a side. And that's the experience of Ruthie Jones, and she just kept her team in this match.
Wes Hart said he expected tonight could be a big night for Riley Tanner and Gianna Paul. And now here comes Duke. And the flag goes up on the foul from Alabama, and now the yellow card is out.
That was a pretty clear yellow card. Nothing malicious, but it's a late tackle there by Sasha Pickard. Delaney Graham going, taking space, cutting in front, doing a smart penetrating pass or touch to the goal. Did everything right for Sasha Pickard to make a play on the ball, and that was going to be late. Sasha Pickard knew it, gave a wave, on we go.
3 combined yellow cards here in the first half. And you see the foul numbers racking up. It'll be Sophie Jones. Ball in, Crone knocks it away momentarily, and it's cleared by Parker.
Crone coming out of her net in traffic. Alabama fans can now breathe a sigh of relief. It was great that when Crone came out, all you saw was a sea of white jerseys in and around her. I think Alabama understands the assignment. They've got to win that 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th ball and get it out.
Here comes Riley Tanner on the run. Knocked away again. Boy, what a first half this is.
Yeah, and what a great ball in from Sophie Jones. Hangs it right up, looking for Raider. And Crone knows that if that ball drops, it's over. So she does really well to meet it in traffic. You just see bodies and jerseys flying everywhere, but Alabama does a really nice job of holding Duke off and getting that ball out.
McKinley Crone, the winningest goalkeeper in Alabama history, watching from a distance as Knox gets it to Parker. Rogers too high.
Good little 1-2 touch passing. We've seen this combination play from Knox, Parker, and Rogers. And you could see Duke doing a nice job, keeping her outside the box, giving a little tug and a pull. Knox tries to thread that needle. Parker's covered, pops it out to Rogers. Rogers a little bit too far in close to the net. Couldn't get over that ball. But I think we'll see that combination play time and time again. And Rogers, we've seen her finish from that spot, so Duke's got to watch out.
Again, strong defense by Alabama. Brooke Steer is having a heck of a night on the back end. Skorka. Here's Gianna Paul. And Alabama will have a corner.
You know, it was a great work by Alabama, but you know, the Duke players aren't going to be happy. That ball pops out. Jessica Skorka has just been giving Alabama so much width all season long. Does a great job to find Gianna Paul. Holds it, is patient. And then Gianna Paul, great work on that touch line, able to get the corner kick.
Kat Rogers will attempt. Ball in from Rogers. And it'll be a goal kick for Duke.
Yeah, Brooke Steer, big target on that back post. She's got great size, making those runs box to box. Was able to connect with the ball, just wasn't able to get it on frame.
Stolen away by Skorka. Rogers can't find it. Now here's Knox. Felicia Knox looking for a window. Here's Parker. Paul. And again, knocked away by Duke. And there's the whistle, a foul on Alabama. As you see, Aislinn Streisig, who just checked in.
I mean, Duke just weathering the storm there. Alabama being so patient, reworking that ball. But the Blue Devils just sort of sitting there on the 18, just absorbing that pressure. Finally, they get some relief with that foul. But my goodness.
That's off of Skorka. Corner for Duke upcoming.
Yeah, that was Migley that got in the mix there, but Skorka, I mean, just such a great player. She never stops moving, but she was able to get out there and close that space down quickly. She knew that if Migley got that ball and could make a play on it, it would be dangerous. Going box to box, just as Skorka, my goodness.
El Piper in for Migley. First corner for Duke.
Duke will have a redo from the corner. Piper was a little bit too quick off the mark.
Here's Devin Lynch. And again, Alabama's defense is there. Up ahead for Paul, a chance on the counter for the Crimson Tide. And this will be a corner for Alabama.
Lots of similarities there. You know, Gianna Paul looks a lot like Michelle Cooper up front, hanging on the shoulders of those defenders. And they can hit that ball and they can catch her on the fly. And look what Gianna Paul, that perfect ball in from Rogers. Great defending by Duke. The Royston sisters have been just on fire all tournament long, but a great opportunity. Gianna Paul making it happen, putting lots of pressure, making that an option, giving Felicia Knox an opportunity from the flag.
There is so much young talent on the pitch tonight. Knox. And again, Ruthie Jones is there.
And I think we'll see a foul there against Reina Reyes. But Jones just so strong, shoulders above the others, in a sea of white jerseys. Doing a great job to get her hands on that ball and bringing it down.
Mariana Inest has checked in for Alabama, the Northwestern transfer. Out goes Kat Rogers. And immediately, here's Duke. Lynch. Lynch, a long shot that's wide.
But that's how quickly things can change. This is where Duke can counter and be so dangerous. Alabama really has to clean up some of those passes through the middle of the pitch. They've been able to turn over the ball too easily there. And Duke, again, have some great attacking personalities that can really go to work there and be dangerous.
Here's Skorka. Again, Duke strong on the backside. Cooper. Up ahead, Alabama wanted the flag. There wasn't one, but Crone gets the save.
Cooper and Rader are so dangerous. Their combination play, great chemistry. And we talk about Michelle Cooper being someone who can score, but she also can set up her teammates. She's been so unselfish. She has great vision, and her pass completion is unreal. And again, you can see the nifty move there by Rader, able to keep herself onside. You said it, Gray. Alabama looking for that offside call. Weren't going to get it. Dangerous play averted by Alabama.
Hard to find a better duo out there than Cooper and Rader. Under 5 left here in the first half. No score, but a lot of chances for both squads. Skorka. Parker fighting for it. Or I beg your pardon, that's Annis. And a foul on Alabama.
Yeah, Maggie Graham, number 19 for Duke, getting stuck in there, but Anna's certainly given some firepower, getting into the attack. But it's just an all-out battle on the 18-yard box. Both teams know what's at stake. They're putting bodies, hearts, and souls on the line there. And Annis just gets tangled up there with Graham.
Gianna Paul with some space. And the Alabama crowd wanted a foul on that one as Graham came up and knocked it away from Paul.
You know, both sides of the ball, so Duke as well as Alabama, there were some early cards, some early calls by the referee. And then, to be honest, I feel like the referee has missed some of these later big tackles. But Gianna Paul, again, just so much pressure for that back line. Really stretches the defense, gives Alabama a great option deep.
This match, the first of 4 quarterfinals this weekend. The other 3 are tomorrow. A trip to Cary, North Carolina on the line. We'll see who can cook up some magic before halftime. Felicia Knox. And Parker couldn't get there.
Good chemistry there between Parker and Knox. You could see Parker just letting that ball run to her. It's like they've got this connection, this unspoken bond. They're really good at finding each other, being able to feel and sense where each other are. Very dynamic duo.
Now Parker gets a breather. Sydney Vincennes has checked in. And Steer does a nice job cutting off Cooper. Delaney Graham will throw it in. One minute remaining here in the first half. And the clock continues to tick. No score, but it has been a very exciting first 45 here in Tuscaloosa. Can Alabama conjure something before the break? Vincennes. And again, it's Ruthie Jones.
Ruthie Jones has done a really nice job anticipating those big balls across. You see the ball go out wide, and you know Alabama wants to hit it across the face of goal, trying to pick out that run on the back post. Alabama's done a good job to connect, but they're going to have to do better to beat someone like Ruthie Jones.
Jones will let the clock expire. No score at halftime here in Tuscaloosa between the 1-seed Alabama and the 2-seed Duke. We'll chat with Alabama head coach Wes Hart in just a moment. And actually, Coach Hart is joining us now. Coach, what do you want to see from your offense to finish up some of these attacking chances you've had?
Yeah, overall, I've been happy with the half. It was a good half. You know, they clearly didn't like to be pressed. I mean, every time we pressed them, you know, they looked uncomfortable and gave balls away. So I think for us, we're going to do a lot of the same. They didn't like the physicality of the game either, and we'll continue to bring that. But I thought it was a great half, and you know, we want to dominate territory. We want to dominate the ball and chances, and we did all 3 of those things.
Scoreless game in Tuscaloosa. Rain was expected. Luckily, it stayed dry for this blockbuster match tonight at the Alabama Soccer Complex. And the second half gets rolling here in Tuscaloosa. Who will have that breakthrough moment? Riley Parker up ahead. Knocked away, well done by Jenna Royson.
A stingy defense there by one of the Royson sisters, the two sisters holding back as that back line is center backs, and they've just really done a fantastic job. They've been pulling out all the stops to keep Alabama off that scoreboard, and they do it again just now, but Alabama has been so dangerous off these set pieces. Let's see what can happen.
Fourth corner for Alabama tonight. Rogers sends it forward. Still not clear. Rogers, nice move, ball in, but Jones makes the stop.
A lot of physical play in the box there. You can see hands all over the back. Brooke Steer tries to do a bicycle kick and gets that ball back into the mix. Reina Reyes does a nice job of playing that ball out to Kat Rogers. Kat Rogers was able to play a nice ball in, and Ruthie Jones did well to meet at the front post, but you did see some bodies on the floor. So again, these players, you don't have to tell them what's on the line. It's clear by watching them.
Here's a look for Cooper. Steer tracks her down, and Cooper gave a yell as she fell. A couple Blue Devils are down.
Yeah, you saw Devin Lynch earlier, took a hard tackle from Sasha Pickard, and then Brooke Steer coming across and putting a hard tackle on Michelle Cooper. See Devin Lynch back on her feet, as is Michelle Cooper. Hard physical play has been one of the hallmarks of Alabama's game. That back line is not going to stop doing that now.
And also certainly of this match tonight, we have seen a cavalcade of fouls, physical play. Raider. Looking backside for Cooper, knocked away and saved by Alabama. What a beautiful job on the defensive side by Riley Tanner.
And we're going to see the play get called back there. The referee allowed that ball to go on, playing the advantage for Alabama, but when the play got broken up, there was no longer one. But here we can see some balls, tic-tac-toe. Sasha Pickard taking down Devin Lynch, and then a big sweeping tackle by Brooke Steer. Perfectly timed. And then Tanner doing such a good job of carrying that ball at the back. She was really 1v1 with Michelle Cooper. Then getting taken down there, and Alabama, again, showing some really strong defense.
Forward from Steer. Parker couldn't corral it on the touch. Now here comes Duke, but a quick whistle before the offense can get rolling.
And I think that was going to be a call against Starepka, number 19. You could see her earlier having some words with the referee, and then I think a little bit of unnecessary roughness on the play there. It gets called back. Duke gets a free kick. But this is something that Robbie Church knew was going to be a challenge for his team, this physical play that the SEC teams have.
This feels like an opening for Duke. Long shot, wide past Crone.
Well, just a moment ago, you saw Michelle Cooper between the two defenders there. It was a great ball over top. And then you see this long-range shot from number 10, Olivia Migley. And why not check Crone? keep her honest. Bigley certainly has the leg strength and definitely has the accuracy to put that on frame.
You can just feel the tension ratcheting up. A pull there and another foul on Duke. This one on Delaney Graham.
And Delaney Graham has to be careful. She already has the yellow card that she got within the first half. 18:26, she got the yellow. The referee's probably telling her, listen, I don't want to give you a second. You've got to keep this checked. And that's going to be a challenge for Duke. I think they are feeling uncomfortable. They are not liking the physical play from Alabama. And they have to be really calm, cool, and collected because you do not want to get a second yellow and leave your team with 10 men, 10 women.
And there's the flag, offside on Cooper for Duke.
We didn't see many offsides in the first half, but this is a good sign for Duke. Michelle Cooper likes to play on that back line. She wants to hang on the shoulder of that last defender. She's looking for those balls over top. She wants to run and go 1v1. And let me tell you, she is fast. She is fast. So Alabama's back line's got to play her tight like they are.
Good ball from Crone. Here's Sarepka. Riley Tanner knocked down.
Jenna Royce, the number 25, does really well. Again, has been playing some really difficult defense, playing Riley Tanner tough. If you watch any film, you watch any tape, you know Riley Tanner wants to go that left foot. She wants to drive to the box. Usually she is able to draw a foul, draw some type of set piece from there. But again, good defense, good patience, good discipline from 25.
Here's the corner, knocked away. Sophie Jones, Rogers, no. Knox. Reyes, an opening, knocked away.
Duke just doing enough to keep Reina Reyes off that scoreboard. She has been pushing up and joining the attack. She is hungry for one, and her teammates are trying to find her. She can be so dangerous from the top of that 18-yard box.
It's been bend, but don't break tonight for the Duke back line. A lot of chances, looks, windows, openings, however you want to say it. Alabama's had a bunch of them, but still a 0 on the scoreboard. Here's another one, Knox. Couldn't find Tanner.
So here we see that earlier chance again. Felicia Knox finding Reyes. Reyes able to keep possession, gets the shot off, but blocked. And you can see 2, 3, 4 Duke defenders trying to collapse on top of her.
Here comes Duke. Devin Lynch.
Great combination play from Alabama, playing those tight spaces. But how quickly they regain possession after turning it over has just been something that's been so consistent all along for Alabama. They will smother you, and they will take that ball away from you as soon as you lose it. We're seeing it again here. Duke has barely had a chance to get the ball at their feet, and they've got to find a way to do that if they want to beat Alabama.
And if you're just joining us, Haley, this really was the formula for the first half as well for Alabama as Parker rifles one wide.
Yeah, and again, second half is much more of the first. You're seeing Alabama press high, force Duke to turn that ball over, not giving them really much room or time to think. Alabama's doing a good job of keeping the ball, being patient around that final third, but they've got to find a way to break down that defense of Duke. And Duke's defense really has been the key to keeping them in this game.
Another whistle, another foul.
We talk about Riley Tanner being so good about her body and her position, but Ashlyn Sarepka, number 19, is also very, very good. She's very well aware of where she is in that final third when she's got the ball at her feet, and she makes the most out of every play, getting Alabama this free kick here. Dangerous spot.
Sarepka, the Virginia transfer, she knows a thing or two about the ACC. Getting in position as Knox prepares to boot it away. Parker. And I think that went off a Blue Devil. It did. It's a corner for Alabama.
That's unlucky there for Duke defense. Could have been number 25, Royson. But I think it actually went up higher, maybe number 6, Lynch. But again, just unlucky taking that deflection. But it gives Alabama another great opportunity.
Rogers. Loose ball, and it gets through.
An uncharacteristic, I would say, mistake from Ruthie Jones at the helm there. The ball gets through her hands. Very, very lucky that there weren't more Alabama jerseys crashing that back post. So you see she comes up to meet it at the front post, slips through her hands. Michelle Cooper was tracking. Macy Clem tried to keep it in, but well defended by Duke. But again, an uncharacteristic mistake there by Ruthie Jones. We got more physical play. Number 25, Jenna Royson, one of the center backs. Looked like she's grabbing the outside of her ankle there. Could have been a late tackle from Alabama.
There you see Royson, the senior from Toms River, New Jersey, the Georgetown transfer on this team with her sister Emily. Jenna wearing number 25, Emily wearing 15. Here's that play.
Yeah, and you can see as she plays the ball away, you've got Riley Tanner coming in, just getting a step on that foot. And if it's ever happened to you, you know how bad those ones can hurt. But it's good to see her up on her feet.
Nice takeaway from Knox. Another run for Alabama. Tanner. Can Duke sustain something?
Yes, I was going to say, very good defending there, finding Ruthie Jones, but Duke's got to be able to keep that ball in the middle.
Tanner knocked away. This will be another corner for Alabama.
Again, the sliding tackle there by Delaney Graham. Alabama doing a really nice job to find that outlet pass. Great one-on-one defending there by Delaney Graham.
And check that, didn't quite get past the corner. A throw in for Reyes. Clem. Parker stopped by Ruthie Jones yet again.
What a fantastic save by Ruthie Jones. But what you're seeing from Duke is they're collapsing. They're playing some really nice zonal defense. They're going to give Alabama the outside, but they've got to be careful because the Alabama forwards can turn and shoot. but they're making it predictable for Ruthie Jones. They know she's a great shot stopper. She can make those saves between the posts, and she's showing you why she is the goalkeeper for Duke. Excellent job by Ruthie Jones.
Taken away by the Blue Devils. And again, Steer is there. She has been all over Michelle Cooper tonight. Groff has that pass intercepted. Here comes Pluck up ahead, and there goes the flag, another offside.
The right idea by Duke, and you can see that they're trying to combine a little bit more. And where they're having success is when they find Sophie Jones, number 7. She's able to provide that little outlet, that little different look, couple 1-2 touch passes, and then it's out to Michelle Cooper. I think if Duke can keep finding those small passes and then releasing Cooper, they're going to have some more success.
Riley Tanner being aggressive. Here's Rogers. Ball in from Rogers. Jones again steps out and makes the stop.
Just looks so calm, cool, and collected. You know, she had 2 Alabama jerseys flying at her, and she just comes out with so much poise and composure. Able to read that ball very well, get her hands on it. And again, the big ball in from Kat Rogers, trying to catch Parker on the run, but met by Ruthie Jones. Great anticipation, great presence inside that 18-yard box.
It's been a really impressive night for the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. And she's had to be that good with the amount of opportunities Alabama's had on offense. Reyes. Reyna Reyes to Knox. And again, stopped by Duke. Sarepka trying to find Skorka, but knocked away.
You can see Skorka making the run all the way from the wing back, and guess what? She keeps going, providing that extra pass to Sarepka. And Skorka's been in the box. She's definitely delivered on some goals this year for Alabama. So she's a player that really helps out both sides of the ball, but it's always moving. Her movement, the types of passes she provides for Alabama has just been a really huge part of their success this year.
And now the Crimson Tide gets the SEC Freshman of the Year off the bench. Gianna Paul has checked in for Kat Rogers. That gets through. Knocked away by Graham. I beg your pardon, Groff.
Groff, another player that's really stepped up during these NCAA tournaments. Really putting in the big tackles, coming up with some really big plays. We saw it there.
This will be the 7th corner for Alabama in the match. Another corner upcoming.
Alabama will get a reset. They're going to get a redo from the other side. You can see Brooks steer for Alabama, great size, hungry. She's been on the end of a couple corner kicks now, but can she finish for Alabama?
The sellout crowd senses the moment. And knocked away by Jones.
I think there's going to be a foul committed off the ball. Ruthie Jones coming up big with that tip over the net, but there's going to be a foul that was committed in the box. So Duke will have the free kick coming up. And I think it might have been Sorepka there battling in front of the goalkeeper.
Falling from Sorepka. Skorka.
Skorka going 1v1 there with the number 10 Migley for Duke. Very similar in terms of how they play. Both of them like to take space on that flank, but Migley does a nice job to break up that play. Doesn't allow Skorka to get to the touch line.
Fouls continue to mount, as does the pressure from Alabama on this Duke defense. Haley, this Duke back line has done a phenomenal job not letting Alabama get that breakthrough all night long.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of teams that Alabama has matched up with in this tournament, do the same thing, but it's a question of how much can they absorb from Alabama.
Another corner.
Looks like we might have it overturned, perhaps for a goal kick there, but you can see the tackles. No, we will stay with the corner kick. Duke not happy about that one.
Knox. Still loose and finally cleared by the Blue Devils. Jenna Royson has had a great match on the backside for Duke tonight. And yet another corner for Alabama.
I mean, you wonder what's going to break this stalemate. Again, the Duke defense has been tremendous this season. Starts with the great play by Ruthie Jones, the goalkeeper, but certainly Jenna Royson, graduate student at the back, bringing all of her experience.
It comes from Knox. Knocked away, and a whistle prior to the stop from Ruthie Jones.
What a big play by Ruthie Jones, again in traffic, getting a hand on it to punch that ball out. But here again, I think you can see the Repka battling maybe back post. But Alabama not happy with it. I think they feel like there's been physical play on both sides of the ball, but they just can't sort of keep that clean inside the box. They're getting called.
So much on the line, this quarterfinal matchup. Winner goes to the College Cup. Alabama immediately said that went off the hand of Pluck, and it did. Quickly from Knox. Sorepka, a great look. It's loose. Paul gets the breakthrough.
And if you're at the stadium, this is a deafening sound. The Alabama fans are going crazy. Now, here will be the key. How will Duke respond? How will Duke put that ball on the pitch and respond to this Alabama squad? But if you're Alabama or their fans, you this coming from a mile away. They have been knocking at the door. And it's Gianna Paul, the SEC Freshman of the Year, that puts it away. A great ball in from Sorepka. Ruthie Jones comes out to cut that ball off, gives up a rebound in the box, and Gianna Paul makes no mistake this time.
Wes Hart said he expected Gianna Paul to have a big night. Will that be the moment that sends Alabama to the College Cup for the first time in school history? A long way to go until we have our answer. But what a moment for the freshman, one she will remember forever. Another foul on the Crimson Tide.
And then again, you know, if you're Ruthie Jones, you want your back line to be touch tight. Why is there a person open in that 6-yard box? You know, Ruthie Jones holds a high bar. She wants her back line to step up to it. So you can see the frustration there. The goalkeepers really are the quarterbacks for the team. You know, they're the last line of defense, the first line of offense. Lots of communication between the goalkeepers and their back lines. They have the best view of the field.
Well, and Haley, the Duke defense had done so much right all night long, and especially in the second half. But one small lapse, and that was all Alabama needed.
That's all they were looking for. As you said, Greg, the back line had just been so tight. They've been weathering this Alabama storm time and time again. And it was just going to take that little lapse of judgment for Alabama to break through. And on the flip side, Alabama's got to stay mentally in this game, because it could just take the same mental lapse. You give Michelle Cooper an inch, and there could be the equalizer.
Graham shot went high. You're exactly right. Cat Raider, Michelle Cooper. You always have to be wary if you're Alabama, and if you're Duke, you've got two of the best weapons you could possibly ask for to try and equalize with just over 20 minutes left.
Right. If you're Duke, you've got the ACC Offensive Player of the Year with Michelle Cooper. You've got the ACC Freshman of the Year with Cat Raider. Can they come up big for Duke?
To Graham right there, and that was an attempt for Cooper, but it was stopped by Sasha Pickard. And now Alabama on the offensive. Sorepka knocked away. Reyes to Tanner. Tanner sends it forward. Sorepka has the header. What a moment for Alabama. 2-0.
When Alabama scores, they tend to score in bunches. If you've been following this season long, you know when they score one, they are going to get the other. And Sorepka has been circling that box, sniffing it out. An absolutely perfect ball in from Riley Tanner all day long. She hits it to the ground. Perfect execution. Ruthie Jones doesn't have a chance on that. And you just look at this perfectly weighted ball across the face of goal. Sorepka gets up and down and into the goal. So fantastic, and you just see the elation on her face. It's got to be sweet to be Ashlyn Sarepka right now.
10th goal of the season for the grad student Sarepka, who checks out in a year of so many firsts for the Crimson Tide. Just under 19 minutes away from another one. A first trip in school history to the College Cup, and now the mountain is much steeper for Duke. And Haley, you've got to think Duke is just going to have to take more risks now as we get down the stretch here.
Yeah, they're going to definitely have to do a little bit better. They've got to play with a bit more conviction. They've got to find a way to turn that ball over and go forward with some courage. You know Duke is an extremely talented team. You know they've got the players to do this. But what it's going to come down to tonight is there someone willing to be brave enough that will go forward and be a difference maker for Duke? Can they find a way to get on the board? But this atmosphere, it would be certainly challenging to come into Alabama's house with this packed crowd, fighting back from a 2-goal deficit.
You've got to be brave, but also continue to be strong on defense. One more goal for Alabama could be the backbreaker.
Without question, without question.
Steer directs it away from Michelle Cooper. Alabama has won 19 straight in this building. The last loss came way back in September of 2021. Long ball, and there's the offside flag.
But Alabama has had so much success off that big switching ball. They're doing a great job of really changing that point of attack quickly, trying to catch Duke's zone attack shifted to one side, and so I think we'll see more of that.
Haley, if you're Duke right now, what do you have to do to sustain possession? It has been darn near impossible for the Blue Devils to hold the ball for a very long time tonight.
Yeah, first things are first, you've got to win the ball, and then you've got to create some better passing lines. I don't think Duke has found Sophie Jones enough. She's working in the middle. She's trying to give some options, but I think Duke is trying to go forward a little bit too quickly. Sophie Jones, when you get the ball to her, good things happen. And just maintaining the ball for even that short bit of time gives you a moment to breathe, pick your head up, be able to see some of those passing lanes. Duke is reacting, and they're not doing enough to create their own chances on the field right now. On the flip side, credit to Alabama, they are not giving Duke much time to think or breathe or do anything, but they've got to be able to find Sophie Jones. They've got to be able to put that ball on the ground and take care of it.
Another takeaway for Alabama, this time by Reyes. Here's Sophie Jones. Maybe an opening. And Crone tracks it down ahead of Rader. Graham looking for Cooper. Michelle Cooper past Crone. Duke isn't done yet.
And that's all it takes, Gray, and that's all it takes. You saw Crone come out to make that play. It was the right play, but you've got to be so aware If anybody can counterattack on a dime, it is Duke, and it involves Michelle Cooper. She is so fast and has an absolute nose for the net. She will not miss and make that mistake. She doesn't even take a touch on the ball. She lets that ball run past her body, takes one look up, and buries it in the back corner. Perfectly executed. And now it's a completely different game. Now we're within one.
Michelle Cooper, called special by her head coach. That might be underselling it. She is absolutely electrifying. 18th goal this year.
And maybe none bigger than this one.
And now Alabama would like some insurance. Parker. We should note, too, that goal for Cooper ties her in the Duke record books for single-season goals. She would love to break that record tonight. Corner upcoming for Alabama. Updated graphic, Michelle Cooper, 18 goals this year. As good as advertised.
It's unbelievable. She is just such an offensive weapon for Duke.
And oh, by the way, just a sophomore. Felicia Knox. Reyes. And that was blocked. Oh, here's Sarepka, too high.
But that was the right response from Alabama. That was the right ball over the top. It was perfectly placed by Sasha Pickard, flicked on by Macy Clem. Oh, and Sarepka wants that one back. Oh, she really does. But Ruthie Jones came out big, made herself big, forced Sarepka to make a play on the ball.
Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a fun final 12 minutes. Alabama on the cusp of doing something they've never done before. Duke is trying to avoid the heartbreak of a third straight loss in the quarters. And another foul whistled on Alabama.
Duke is slowly making their way into Alabama's attacking third. All eyes are going to be on Michelle Cooper.
And Haley, when all eyes are on Cooper, don't forget about Kat Rader, one of the best freshman in the entire country, the ACC Freshman of the Year. Groff ahead. Here's Rader. Ball in. Cooper past Crone. Oh my goodness, we're tied. Alabama wanted the flag. It didn't come. Michelle Cooper has 2, and we're even.
You can see just the confusion and the shock and anger from Alabama, but if you are Michelle Cooper, that's amazing. A brace on the game, and it couldn't have come at a better time. How did she sneak in behind Alabama's defense? Fantastic play, and this is why you always play the whistle.
We referenced it earlier. That'll break the Duke single season record in goals. 19 for Cooper this year.
And here we're able to take a bit of a peek at the replay. It's going to be a difficult angle, but it certainly is close. Certainly is close. And, you know, Alabama plays such a tight game with their back line, trying to get that offensive trap time and time again. This time it did not fall in their favor.
Wow. It was 0-0 until the 68th minute. A brand new ball game.
Now for both sides, this is going to be a tremendously important next 5 minutes or so. How can Alabama respond, and how can Duke keep this momentum going?
Oh, here's Gianna Paul. Knocked away by Delaney Graham, and now a foul called on Paul.
And I think Paul's going to get called for the outstretched arms. You know, again, Jenna Royson, number 22, Delaney Graham, doing such a good job of sneaking in front, staying in front of Gianna Paul. And I think it's going to be a bit of the outstretched arms there that she's going to get the call for. Aggressive play on both ends of the pitch. Great ball in from the freshman Piper. And Michelle Cooper is just standing alone. She gets left by her defender. There's great movement off the ball, great timing to match the run with the back line. She gets the ball at her feet and makes no mistake. Just absolutely buries it. And you can see the shock and confusion of Alabama's back line.
Yeah, Alabama wanted the offside call, but if you're the Crimson Tide, you can't leave Cooper open no matter what's happening.
You really can't. You really can't. And again, we were just talking earlier, it's that small lapse of judgment that might get you. And it got Alabama there, and it's a completely different ball game.
Katie Groff. What a way to kick off the quarterfinal round. One tonight, 3 tomorrow. A spot in Cary, North Carolina on the line. We expected a thriller. We expected a blockbuster. This has quickly turned into a classic. And Haley, it just seems like all the momentum right now is with Duke in these closing stages of the second half.
How could it not be? Look what they just were able to do. You know, they've got to keep riding this wave. Alabama has to find a way to stop the wave, to stop this Blue Devil attack. And I mean, what a scoring summary. 4 goals in this game, all coming in the latter part of the second half. Just unbelievable.
Can someone conjure up magic in these final few minutes? You've got players giving it all out there on the pitch right now.
Yeah, tempers are certainly starting to flare. Cooler heads have to prevail. Yeah, I mean, again, you don't have to tell these two teams what's on the line. They're living it, they're breathing it, they're feeling it. Just such a hard-fought battle for both teams. It's been a real treat if you're able to watch this game tonight.
We said in the intro we were honored to be here. Can't help but feel the same way after what we've seen. Jones. Looking for Raider. Cat Raider, the freshman, is stopped. Another look too high. Oh, a golden chance for Devin Lynch.
And Devin Lynch, just moments ago we saw with Sarepka, Devin Lynch will want that one back, but this is some great build-up. And again, Sophie Jones threading the needle, finding Raider, and Raider just putting the perfect ball across the face of goal. Lynch could have picked either side. She would have had Crone beat.
There's Reyna Reyes, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, looking for Paul. Gianna Paul. That's knocked away by Royson.
It looks like we're going to get a free kick deep, almost near the corner flag. And Gianna Paul playing with so much pride, playing with so much on her shoulders. Alabama really does look to her late in some of these matches to give them a spark, to give them that inch. So aggressive, and she draws so much attention.
And the yellow was pulled out on Paul. Must have said something in the corner. Another set piece for Alabama, tied at 2, just under 6 left here in the second half. Knox. Another corner. Tanner. Ball in from Tanner, too strong.
And Tanner's just been so important to this Alabama offense all season long, but when the games get tough, she gets tougher. I think if Alabama's going to go ahead in the regular run of play, I think it might come down to some really special play from Riley Tanner.
Another big collision, another foul.
And it looks like that's Ashlyn Sarepka, who might be slow to start.
Elle Piper given a yellow.
Yeah, it's a hard tackle there, but Ashlyn Sarepka is not one to shy away from those hard tackles. But when you see her slow to get up, you know that she took the brunt of that.
It's really incredible. 5 combined yellows and 31 combined fouls tonight. And I don't think we've seen a match be called particularly tightly. It's just been that physical. Forward from Knox. Another corner for the Crimson Tide. This will be number 13.
Well, we've certainly seen Alabama work some magic off these corners. Duke defense doing a good job of trying to quell the storm, but Alabama's been knocking and knocking and knocking. Can they do something special to put themselves back on top here?
Knox. Looking, and Clem couldn't get there, and another foul on a corner by Alabama.
I mean, this has been a hard-fought battle through and through. It's been particularly challenging and aggressive in the box, inside the 18s. But did we expect anything different from that? Absolutely not. Ruthie Jones getting caught up in the mix. That's going to happen. She's a strong goalkeeper coming off her line. You've got a lot of jerseys coming. And it looked like it was a brick steer on the ground, but a collision between Cooper and her own player that sort of started that domino effect. Good to see everybody up on their feet.
Does Duke have something? Long ball ahead, looking for Raider, and Crone is able to corral it. That looked nervy for a moment for Alabama. A mistake. Paul trying to track it down, and she'll throw it in. Parker. Another corner for the Crimson Tide. Right now, Haley, Duke is just trying to hold on these final 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
I would agree with that. You know, they've done such a great job to capitalize on Alabama's moments of lapses to stay in this game, and they want it to go to OT.
Knox, Clem headed wide.
Yeah, Clem's being marked extremely tight in the box. Again, it's almost like Duke would rather take the corner kick than try their hand with a run of play, but they're able to weather a series of corner kicks from Alabama. Alabama's turn to do the same now.
An unreal second half. Can Duke hold on for these 2 minutes and change? Down goes Tanner, foul on Sophie Jones.
Sophie Jones wanting to plead her case there, but we've said it time and time again, nobody is better at drawing a foul outside the 18 than Riley Tanner. The way she slices and dices, even if you barely get a foot on her, you're taking her down because all that momentum is going forward. Just so skillful in terms of being able to get her body between that ball and draw the foul.
Once again, it's Knox. Reyes heads it wide.
So close, so close. That was a well-hit ball, low-driven. Reyes did such a nice job to get her head on that and redirect, but it's just wide.
One minute left here in regulation. Alabama led it 2-0 after goals from Paul and Sarepka. The party was on in T-Town, but Michelle Cooper, in a span of 3 minutes, changed the story with a pair of goals herself. Does Duke have one more stand on the defensive side? One more chance, you would think, for Alabama. Knox. Stopped by Jones. And perhaps improbably, after how the second half has played out, we will see overtime in Tuscaloosa. A phenomenal effort by Duke to get to this point after falling behind 2-0.
I mean, absolutely electric. Absolutely electric. Great. You know, you said it earlier that Alabama, I think, was partying already in T-Town, but you can't count out one of the top programs in the country. And
what a remarkable night. Alabama trying to set a new standard, make some history. They've never been at this stage. They've never been to the College Cup. Duke is trying to avoid another heartbreak. 2 straight years in the quarters and 2 straight losses, As you see the overtime rules, 2 10-minute periods, no golden goal. And if nothing changes after the second overtime, it will be up to penalty kicks. Duke looking for Cooper. Nothing doing there. Piper. Offside.
We got Kate Rader getting in the mix, number 2 freshman of the year for the ACC Conference. And Piper coming on as a late substitute. She's been giving some great service into the box. A freshman, small in stature, but big in terms of when she shows up and how she gets those balls into the box.
Reyes. Good job by Groff fighting off Riley Parker. Cooper finds Rader. A lot of space here. Kat Rader. Can she have the moment? Stopped by Crone.
Nothing bigger than McKinley Crone in that moment. But it all started with an absolute perfectly placed ball from Michelle Cooper. That ball at distance couldn't have been placed better. She found Kate Rader on the run. Brooke Steer did everything in her power to break that up, but it really came down to Rader and Crone making a fantastic stop between the posts. Pure reaction at that point.
What a save by McKinley Crone. That might have just saved the season for Alabama. A long way to go in this overtime. We'll have a second 10 minutes after a short break. But that was a huge moment. And now a corner for Duke. Only their second tonight. It's Lynch. Rader. Way too much that time.
Yeah, well defended by Alabama. Rader on the outside, high volley, not a threat at all. But what is the threat is how quickly Michelle Cooper can release that ball and get it out front. And her accuracy is unbelievable. So yes, we know her as a goal scorer, but she also is really high up there in her assists. Her ability to pick out her teammates on the run is just impeccable.
Good job by Steer, knocking that away from Rader, but Duke with a window. Michelle Cooper, always dangerous. Taken away by Sarepka. Gianna Paul trying to run it down, but Royson sends it back to Jones.
Both teams we can see having a similar strategy. They want to play a little bit more direct with some purpose, trying to really stretch the back lines, create some 1v1 opportunities because both sides have really tremendous scoring personalities.
Here's Skorka, knocks. That's deflected off of Groff. Oh, misplayed. Rader tracks it down. Lynch. And Alabama gets the stop.
Alabama now weathering the storm. Duke coming up with some great opportunities. Well defended. Alabama knew that ball wanted to go across the face of the goal, but defenders doing a really fantastic job to break up that scoring opportunity. But so far, it's been Duke looking like the more dangerous team. Yeah, so here we see Raider threading that needle, and again, trying to play one more into the box to, I think, number 19, Graham, but well defended, well anticipated by Alabama. They weather the storm.
Parker swings it to Sarepka. Paul, the nice touch. But Jones gets another save for Duke. What a night for her in goal. Migley back on for Duke. A moment ago, Cat Rogers returned to the pitch for Alabama. Gianna Paul, an opening, and it's stopped by Jones.
And I think that was literally just fingertips on the ball. What a rocket of a shot by Gianna Paul, but almost a better save by Ruthie Jones. That was unbelievable. It has really been a show of the keepers in this overtime period. Great lofted ball in. Gianna Paul does so well. That ball is bouncing, and she times it perfectly. That was dipping and twirling, and Ruthie Jones saves her team with fingertips. Fantastic.
Another corner for Alabama. It's loose in the box. Rogers. Now Sasha Pickard looking down. Oh, it's Reyes! Reyna Reyes! With the moment of her life!
Enough to beat Ruthie Jones. My goodness, Reyna Reyes. There could not have been a better time to put a goal away. The fans love it. They absolutely love it. She had been pushing all game long into that box, getting in and joining the attack. And with a head full of steam, she was able to create some extra space for herself. She won that second ball. A touch from Parker. And just with the opening of the hips, she's able to place that ball and beat Ruthie Jones. I mean, what tight spaces. The goal of her life. I think you accurately captured it, Gray. The goal of her life so far.
8th of the season, 16th in the career of Reyna Reyes. We've talked about Michelle Cooper. A watch list selection for the Mac Herman Award. Also on that list was Reyna Reyes. And tonight, she's made an overtime statement. Now remember, even if it's still 3-2 Alabama after this minute and 36 seconds, we will have a second 10-minute overtime period. So if you think Duke is just going to go quietly, you have not been watching the second half. Clem.
huge reaction. Reyes, the SEC Defender of the Year, or do we want to say Offensive Player of the Year? I mean, this player can literally do it all. Reina Reyes coming through at such a clutch opportunity for her team. Nothing bigger than Reina Reyes at this moment.
Haley, it's hard not to just sit back and watch in awe. We have seen the stars shine tonight for both sides.
Absolutely. I have just been awestruck, starstruck, just enjoying this game so much. Just such skilled players, and the commitment and the level of competition on this field is just so impressive.
Final 10 seconds upcoming here in the first overtime period. Remember, everyone, there will be another 10-minute stretch after a short break. And Alabama will head into that 10-minute second overtime, leading it 3-2. Reina Reyes with maybe the historic goal Alabama's been searching for since the start of the program.
Reina Reyes just brings so much experience, just such a solid player for this team. She's got international experience. She's one of the senior players on the team, has been moved from midfield to defense, but really just shows up when her team needs her the most. And perhaps tonight, nothing better, nothing bigger.
You see the two players, Reyes and Cooper. You've got to think Michelle Cooper is going to make some kind of push in this second overtime.
Well, we've seen how quickly things can change when Michelle Cooper gets on the ball. So I think you're right, Gray. I think we're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of balls played into Michelle Cooper. Good things tend to happen when the ball is at her feet. But just moments ago, we saw Reina Reyes put Alabama back on top. Just cool, calm, and collected, opens up her hips and buries it and beats the keeper, who has thus far been very difficult for Alabama to get by, Ruthie Jones. Nothing bigger than Reina Reyes at this moment. Can that be the goal that keeps Alabama on top?
You see what's at stake. The College Cup is on the horizon for the Crimson Tide. The new kids on the block. On a stage like this, Duke is trying to avoid heartbreak yet again. They've been 5 times, but 2 straight losses in the quarterfinals. They want to avoid a third. Reina Reyes had the goal, but Haley, you also have to think back to that save by Crone early in overtime when Kat Rader had a great run, an open shot, but Crone got him in on it.
That was a game changer. That first half could have gone, I think, a very different direction if the ACC Freshman of the Year was able to put it past Crone.
Is there magic left for the Blue Devils? Skorka. Alabama looking for the backbreaker. Tanner stopped by Jones.
Delaney Graham has done such a good job defending Riley Tanner all game long, forcing her to make that play on net. Ruthie Jones anticipating that really well. But we've talked so much about this back line for the Duke Blue Devils, and they've just been so stellar, except for a couple of moments.
Ball couldn't save it.
I was just talking about Delaney Graham, but I mean, what else can you say about Jenna Royson? She has had a tall ask all game long, and she's done so well to shut down Alabama's potent offense.
Reyes looking for Paul. Alabama certainly in no hurry. Taken back by Knox. Good job on Jones. Knox, nice move.
I mean, Knox just putting on a clinic there, dancing around 2-3 defenders. It's like that ball is attached to her foot with a string. It's just, Felicia Knox is so talented.
Steer collided with Pluck. Brooke Steer on the defensive side has had maybe the best match of her season.
She really has. She's certainly risen to each and every occasion that Alabama has asked her to, and tonight is no exception.
Parker. Alabama doing a lot right.
Yes, they are. And I was just going to say, Alabama doing such a good job of just trying to hold the ball, take care of the ball. And the Blue Devils are doing everything in their power to high press and turn it over.
Kick for Duke, nearing the halfway mark of the second overtime. Amazingly, it was 0-0 at halftime, but the signs were there that something was going to happen. Little did we know just the electricity that we would see in the second half and overtime. And now Duke needs one more push. Knox taken away, and a big stop by Royce and a big foul on Alabama. Good ball from Cooper. Here's Michelle Cooper. Shot stopped by Crone.
Alabama doing a great job to try to defend that. You know, Michelle Cooper played that really smart ball into the mix across the face of goal. Graham almost able to get on the end of it. We're going to really start to see a lot of game management on Alabama's side. They're going to want to take that ball to the corner, hold it up, really run as much time as possible off that clock.
Again, what's at stake? A trip to Cary, North Carolina, the College Cup, the Final Four of the NCAA tournament. Duke has been 4 times. Alabama has never played in a quarterfinal. Uncharted territory that could be reached in 3 minutes and 27 seconds. A card issued to Cat Rogers on that last foul. Oh, here's a moment. Crone kicks it away. Graham had a fantastic opening.
It was a pass that came from the freshman, Pat Rader.
Foul called on Maggie Graham, but Duke had a great shot here.
Yeah, you see the big lofted ball in off the set piece. Looked like it might have went off at Alabama's defender's head, but Pat Rader just does so good to keep that ball at her feet. Has a chance to look up, plays it to the foot of Delaney Graham, and she cannot finish. You have McKinley Crone doing a kick save in the net, and Alabama's able to get out of that one. But oof, that was a close goal scoring opportunity for Duke.
Look at the scoring summary, and I do want to make sure that we absolutely highlight the keepers, Crone and Jones. Yes, there are 5 combined goals in this match, but also 14 saves. It's taken something spectacular in those 5 moments you just saw to get a score on the board.
Both these keepers having such impressive stats coming into this game. They've really been the anchor of their team's defense. And to be so successful at this point, you have to have a solid defense. You know, it allows you to be so creative and free up front. So, I mean, all the credit to the keepers. It all starts with them.
Two minutes left here in the second OT. Loose ball, Parker. Rogers. And Clem sends it deep.
I think you see a little bit of confusion there from the Alabama players. You know, they're pointing, go to the corner, take that ball to the corner, run the clock. There's no need to shoot and give Duke possession again. Alabama's got to stay focused now. This is a very good Duke team, and we've seen them score late in the match. They could do it again if given the opportunity.
That's a big foul on Duke.
We can see again emotions running very, very high. Gianna Paul getting tangled in the mix there. The defenders for Duke getting really frustrated.
Under a minute left. The crowd in Tuscaloosa can sense it now. Does Duke have one last gasp? They'll have to get a stop after that was off a Blue Devil. Perhaps one more chance for Duke right here. Tanner. Alabama is closing in on history. Let the celebration begin. The dream season rolls on to Cary, North Carolina, as Alabama reaches the College Cup for the first time in program history.
And when you get this deep into the tournament, this is where every game could be your last. The emotions are so high. The efforts were so strong on both sides. It's not